Hello, welcome to the prom. Don't forget to like and subscribe where everyone gets inspired. And today I'm here with.
Rochelle Daphne. Hello, everyone.
Alright, Rochelle Daphne. It's nice to have you here. So, what have you been doing during quarantine?
During quarantine, in Zambia, to be specific, we had a complete lockdown. The cases went up. So, because my grandma is high risk, I've been in the house mostly writing, hanging out with family, blogging. I started my own blog. Yeah, pretty much that's what I've been up to so far.
Alright, cool. So, I know that you are an artist and you are also a blogger and stuff. So, how has been that journey, right? Like, how did you find the love of, music and stuff? And then what made you decide that, okay, now I want to do blogs?
Um, Love of music. My family is very musically oriented. We have so many songs that I think maybe from the 70s. That's my influence of music. When it comes to music, it's very soulful, it's very old, it's very timeless. It's my inspiration of music came from my family. We have so many family gatherings where we'll take turns and play music to express what this person has been feeling, songs of love, excitement, joy, celebration, all that stuff. Um, that's what that's where my love of music started.
Okay.
Um, for me to start to get into vocalizing, writing, and all that stuff on a personal level, um, started this year when I had posted up a few videos of myself singing for the first time, and it made so many of my friends angry, and they were like, "Oh my God, why didn't you tell us you can sing all this time?" Yeah, so that encouraged me to. It inspired me. That was the beginning of the inspiration of where I decided, okay, I can sing, I can write. Let me channel what I write into music, finding a way to vocalize it, and yeah.
Uh-huh. And then as I told you so much that your music is very unique. I've not heard that type of sound anywhere. So what inspired you to say, okay, I need such a sound in Zambia specifically?
Um, from the beginning, it wasn't entirely that I didn't think that the sound was missing in Zambia. It's just entirely what my ears are used to. Like I personally listen to a lot of soul music. Um, a lot of the music that I've been raised with is timeless, to be honest. And it's just entirely that it's kind of like memory. So when I'm singing, it's like, okay, this is what I want to sound like. This is how what I listen to sounds like. So that's what has created the sound that you can hear. That's what has made the evolution of who I am and what I sound like. So it wasn't entirely that I thought like, oh, this is something that's missing in Zambia. It's just me.
Yeah, I get that. So obviously, I know you have a team and stuff like that. So how did that come about? Because a lot of people have talent and stuff like that, but then they don't really have a team with them.
My team, it's been a process, and I feel like I'm still building the pieces, and the pieces they're coming together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so thankful for that, and it's all still coming together. So my team is the MOA Studios, Music Out of Africa Studios, and they're fantastic. They allow me to have a lot of creative liberty, which I really appreciate. My manager, I only just got a manager 3 weeks ago or a month ago, and he's fantastic. Now it's just all about pulling all my pieces together and creating and expressing. So it's going to be a process, but so far my team's pretty good.
No, that's good, So like, let's say if one wanted to get signed or work with a label, what would be some of your advices that you could give to them?
To work with a label. I think you have to be hardworking. You have to show that you are supposed to be there. Any label, not just the one I work for. You have to put in a lot of effort, a lot of your creativity. It's all about you do your thing and your crowd will follow you.
Yeah. So like, how was the conversation like? Like, did you go to them or did they come to you? What was
it was kind of like it was both ways. So through a friend for me who he's been signed to the label for so many years, and it was an introduction to them. Yeah, that was basically it for me. We have other artists that have released music from their bedroom shacks, cupboard. They call it a cupboard studio. And they've created their own sound. They're producers, they're rappers, they're vocalists, and all that stuff. And they've just brought their work, or they just put out their work, and they've been recognized by the label. So that's also another way that people can be signed to labels. If people see that you're actually putting effort into the career and like the brand building of yourself, then you're sure to be recognized.
So how is it like being a female artist in the industry of Zambia? Because we hear a lot of people say sometimes it's unfair, sometimes it's this, how's it public and also other things?
I don't know. I still have so much growing to do in the industry when it comes to putting my name in a position where I'm able to judge from a fair place of what it's like being a Zambian artist, female. So I would honestly answer this question with, I'll tell you when I get there.
No, fair enough. So like, let's say if somebody wanted to work with you, what would they need to do? Would they need to come straight to you or through your management?
Before, like when I was working by myself, when I was just expressing myself on the internet that I could sing, I got so many approaches of, oh my God, you've got a nice voice, can we collaborate, and ABCD. I didn't know what to do, because I think I spoke to you about this. I don't know if I was speaking to you when we were on the live Zambians Connect. But there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages, and I learned this early from a friend of mine who said, don't just jump into the pool and say, okay, yeah, no, I'm going to collaborate with you, and everybody. It's what will be beneficial in the beginning for your career. So it's entirely, don't go for any Jim and Jack. And yeah, now that I've got management, it would be through my management. Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about confidence. You know, confidence, and also maybe being stubborn in terms of if somebody tells you no, and you know you're determined, you see the vision. You know, so what does it take, and how is it like for you?
Confidence for me, this is something that is constantly growing for me, because I won't come and lie and say, oh, I've always been confident.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's always a process. It's always like it's a mental positioning. Like I have to tell myself, like, no, I have to lie to myself so I be able to get to places where I want to be, or say things that I want to say. It's entirely it's I don't know what words I can put to explain how I've gained my own self-confidence. I'd say believing in myself, but also telling myself a little white lie once in a while.
Yeah, you know. Okay, you know, I can also agree to that, because you know sometimes just taking it the way it is a little bit extreme, you know, and you just need to create your own world, I guess. So,
Yeah.
with that said, like, let's say, how has been the interactions with like other artists and stuff like that, like in Zambia? Are they very supportive or selfish? How can you?
I think my personal experience with other Zambian artists is they're very kind. It's something that I didn't expect, because I didn't know what was out there. But they're really kind. When my first recorded song came out, "Who Sent You," featuring Yamika featuring Rochelle Daphne, we got a lot of shares online. We got a lot of shares by big celebrities in Zambia, which was really exciting for me. So I'd say the support is heavy. It's good for upcoming artists. I'd say it's good.
No, that's good. That's good. So I asked you a question, right, about like Universal studios and stuff like that, right? In terms of like, why do you think like maybe they're not yet like considering Zambia and stuff like that? Because we already have talented people, but you know, I feel like we lack certain support that other countries are giving.
I wouldn't say that we lack support. I think it's entirely the creatives, because if you think about, there's a lot of people who are making it out of Zambia. I think let's start with Black Panther. When they were hiring out a lot of creatives from Africa to get more information and stuff like that. These things are happening. It's entirely just how we're seeking the opportunities from our side.
All right.
Because we do have, I personally have a friend who is going to a university in Atlanta where he actually works with Universal Studios. So I feel like there is recognition, and I feel like there's a lot of support for him, because there's also a lot of interest in us. So I think it's working vice versa in that sense.
All right. And then what would you say? Would you say like Zambian artists are also now embracing like their own languages and trying to bring it out, like out of the country? Because I feel like some of them that break out because they're rapping in English rather than, you know, their own mother tongue or something.
No, you know, whenever I think of this, I always think of Mumpy.
Okay.
People don't know this, but a Zambian artist named Mumpy literally has traveled to so many countries. And if we go back to legends in Zambia, we have Jane Osborne, who has traveled the world, but singing in her mother tongue. So I feel like when it comes to being international, that's there's one perspective of it being your marketing. Is your marketing good? Is your branding good? Because people outside in the world want to see something new, something fresh, you know? So it's, how are you branding yourself as an artist? What are your marketing strategies? Are you getting outreach? Because you may have your crowd here, but somewhere out there, you're gonna find your crowd.
So it's just how you put yourself out there, basically. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. How do I keep on moving?
Yeah.
uh, um, I keep on moving by accepting what is as is.
Mm-hmm.
The it's one of those things where it's like, okay, turn the darkness into light. One of those situations,
Okay.
because